Manzoor, you've definitely got a couple of examples of some good things where you can spend prior to 30 June.
The prepayment as an example, right? So you raised prepayment of expense or expense deferral. Now, the common prepayment is the interest that one sort of pays, right? So it's a interest only, and you can pay the interest for next 12 months in advance. You need to work out the timing of when you pay the interest. So a recent example, Jeremy, we had a doctor and his wife, and this year the income is rather high from the doctor's perspective, and doctor owns a number of properties. And next year the income would be relatively modest because the doctor is planning to take about 6 months away. Yeah, so planning to take away 6 months, so income would be a little bit modest. This year the income is a lot higher, and there was some additional work being done and so forth. So what the doctor has sort of proposed, when I said this year, it was last year, 30th of June 2017. So what the doctor sort of proposed at that stage is, why don't I go ahead and pay away a whole lot of interest in advance, and by doing it this way, we bring forward the next year's interest as a deduction this year, and next year we're not going to get all of those benefits as such. So that probably is a common example that you pay the interest. Where you got to be careful is that ATO always sort of says, and that's correct, right? The Part 4A. And Part 4A is very, 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 very important. What is Part 4A? Part 4A, in a fundamental note, it sort of says that as long as you undertake a transaction with a commercial perspective, there is a commercial reason behind it, is why you have done it, then that's okay, yeah? But if you've done it purely because of tax, just absolutely 100% because of tax avoidance, so to speak, then it is fundamentally tax avoidance. And ATO distinguished quite clearly the tax minimization and the tax avoidance as such. So even on that client's case, I sort of asked him the question that, well, I understand that there is a practical reason why you pay off that interest in advance, but strictly speaking, we should be asking the question that what is the practical reason for you to do that? I understand there is a tax benefit, set aside that, but what's the practical reason? So that is sort of one example, right? I suppose typical example, as you said, from an investor point of view, and I'm keep going back from an investor side of it because we are all investors, right? It's the expenses that you pay. All individuals are on a cash basis, right? So we're not on an accrual basis. Now, what does that mean? Cash and accrual basis. Cash basis basically means is that what I pay is what I can claim that as a deduction, provided that it's a genuine deduction. And I'll come back to it, what's a genuine deduction, but what I pay is what I can claim. But if I receive an invoice and I haven't really paid it as yet, because I'm within that 1 month time off that I can pay it, then it's not deductible as such, is what he said.
It happens lots of times. So it's just important you make sure that you have paid that amount prior to the financial year ending.